Hi guys, quick tip on how to take one skein of sock yarn and turn it into 2 balls. This way you can do 2 at a time socks if you want, or you can divide the yarn right in half and set it later so that if you're doing a toe up sock, you can basically just knit till you run out of yarn. Then you can pick up the second ball, which is the same amount of yarn, and knit toe up until you run out of yarn. So I have a skein of sock yarn here, and there are 2 ways to do this. If you're desperate, you can count every strand of yarn as it's on your Swift, write that number down, then divide it by 2. Then what I did here, so this is proof that I have used this method, I tied a ribbon here, and as I start to wind, I count every time this spins past my face. Once I get to the number, not the total number, but remember the number of strands divided in 2, once I get to that number, I stop, cut the yarn, pull the ball off, then I can wind the rest of it. That's a pretty decent way of dividing this equally into 2 equal balls. The other method, which I'm going to show you today, is by using a food scale. Now you can go out to Target or Walmart and grab one of these, and it's really helpful to have around the house so that you can divide your yarn into 2 balls, and I'll show you how. First off, you want to take your entire skein of sock yarn and wind the whole thing into a big ball. Now you can get out your food scale. Go ahead and turn it on and make sure it tears to 0. Then you can take your ball and put it on there and weigh the whole thing. Go ahead and write that number down. You're going to be dividing this into 2 equal balls, so go ahead and divide that number into 2, and now you know exactly what each ball should weigh. Take the loose end of that ball, still sitting on the scale, and thread it through your ball winder. Holding your hand directly above the ball, pinch the thread a little bit as it goes through your fingers so it creates some tension as you very slowly wind it onto your ball winder. Watch the scale and you will see that the ball that remains there will slowly tick down until it is exactly the weight that you need. Now you've got 2 balls that are hooked together, so grab your scissors and cut it. And just like that, you've got 2.